What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Jon Moxley teases something huge, WWE Brand Canceled, Raw airing in Saudi Arabia, Zilla Fatu warns WWE Champion, Rey Mysterio claims he's now pain-free, Batista doesn't want to ruin his ending, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at Jon Moxley teases something huge. On top of today's news is additional speculation on Shane McMahon coming to AEW. Jon Moxley's appearance on Dynamite has elite fans talking, not only because it's been a bit since we've seen Moxley in AEW, but due to the cryptic comments he made to Tony Schiavone. In case you missed it, Moxley told Tony, "It's gonna take some time for everybody to wrap their brains around this, but we're gonna get started now. This is not your company anymore." AEW fans are already weighing in on Moxley's comments, with some fans believing that this is the beginning of whatever storyline AEW will use to set up Shane McMahon's debut in the company. While it's still unclear whether Shane O'Mac will even show up in AEW, a situation you can be sure AEW is keeping under wraps if he is, this segment has fans talking and will undoubtedly be the focus of online talk as AEW prepares for its 7th September all-out pay-per-view. Next up, Bryan Danielson reveals wrestling future. Or what's next for Bryan Danielson now that he's the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion? Danielson, who avoided retirement by defeating Swerve Strickland at All In, had previously made it clear his full-time wrestling days were over, but now he seems to have changed his mind. The new AEW World Champ appeared on Dynamite telling fans that it is probably time for me to go home, but not yet. Danielson stressed that he's not ready to retire yet and that he still has a lot of heads to kick in. The American Dragon told fans he isn't retiring as champion and will continue wrestling full-time until he drops the belt. Danielson then issued an open challenge for All Out, which led to a video promo by Jack Perry, who then ambushed Danielson, proclaiming his next goal is to retire Danielson. What do you guys think about his announcement? Do you think he was ready to retire, or is there still some fire left in the American Dragon? Next up, WWE Brand Canceled. Is NXT Europe even gonna happen? Well, fans have heard about the WWE's plans to create an NXT brand in Europe ever since the WWE dissolved NXT UK. And now the Wrestling Observer Radio is reporting that it isn't gonna happen. We're still waiting. I always hear we're doing the European thing, but it's been years now, and I'm hearing less now than I heard years ago that they are. So who knows when it's again. I mean, I remember NXT Europe doing the idea, and it's a loose, real idea. They discuss how the WWE was thinking about setting up several international NXT branches, but the idea seems to have gone up in smoke. Maybe someday we'll hear about it. Now there's new ownership. Maybe they're not down with that. I don't know but the new ownership, they got the Vegas thing. They've got that building that they own that's a good size for television, for weekly television tapings. I can see this, airing NXT TV in Las Vegas happening. As far as when it's gonna happen, time will tell. Next up, Raw airing in Saudi Arabia. It looks like the WWE's new policy of holding TV shows in international markets will continue as the WWE tours Saudi Arabia this coming November. WRKD Wrestling recently tweeted an episode of Monday Night Raw will take place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia this November. Crown Jewel is now set for November 2nd, and WWE doesn't have an episode of Raw advertised for the 4th and 18th of that month, so it could likely be the 4th. They then added it will be taped on Sunday the 3rd, aired on the 4th. The move makes sense as the logistics for wrestlers and employees flying back from Saudi Arabia to the US to get ready for Raw has to be grueling. This may give the crew more breathing time. In addition, and likely more important in the WWE's eyes, there is likely additional revenue from the WWE holding the show in Saudi Arabia, which already has a lucrative deal with the WWE to air PLEs in the country each year. Don't be surprised to see both SmackDown and Raw taking place in international markets whenever the WWE holds its international PLEs, especially if the practice brings in additional rights fees from municipalities. Next up, WWE Happy with its current PLE format. Did you guys enjoy the WWE's current format of 4 to 5 matches on its PLEs rather than 7 or more matches? If so, you'll be happy to learn that the WWE doesn't intend to change things up as management feels the policy is helping its PLEs and its weekly television. A new report from Fightful Select notes that WWE likes the format, and that it allows the company to help stack Raw and SmackDown, which they say has been especially useful when they run SmackDown in the same city as the next night's PLE. The WWE Universe has seen this new policy result in more title matches on Raw and SmackDown, particularly the WWE's Tag Team Championships and matches involving feuds. This, along with the WWE's policy of avoiding booking the same matchups repeatedly and making each match have a purpose behind it, such as a storyline or a title, has led to better quality programs. While it occasionally falters, many fans believe the WWE's TV and PLE haven't been this good in years, if not decades. Do you guys agree? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Zilla Fatu warns a WWE champion. A Bron Breakker's take no prisoners attitude may have put him in hot water, as Zilla Fatu isn't letting recent remarks from the IC champion about the bloodline go unanswered. Breakker recently cut a promo about the ongoing tournament to find a new #1 contender for his Intercontinental Championship. Breakker addressed Jey Uso's win in a qualifier match on this week's Raw, stating that no one in the bloodline has ever been able to take out his family, the Steiners, and that Jey Uso will fare no better should he become #1 contender. Zilla currently isn't in WWE, but he still comments on the happenings involving his family members. His name often comes up as yet another bloodline family member whose WWE debut is inevitable. Fatu, the son of WWE superstar Umaga, tweeted about Breakker's comments, telling the champion, "Be careful what you wish for." And do you guys think that Jey has any chance of beating Bron should he earn an Intercontinental Championship match? Next up, Mercedes Mone reflects on Britt Baker bout. A current TBS champion, Mercedes Mone, is taking time to discuss her all-in match against Dr. Britt Baker. Mone spoke with her friends via her fan newsletter, Money Mag, acknowledging there appeared to be fan fatigue by the time she and Baker began to wrestle. She also discussed whether she would have changed anything about the match. Is there anything I would have done differently? There is. Honestly, a lot. But I don't want to ever go too deep into what-ifs about my matches or life for that matter. I'll just say that I learned a lot from the match and can only grow by continuing to try new things. I maybe would have listened to my instincts more. I feel I did things that maybe were not necessarily required for that match. Things I could have saved for another time. Mone said that she can only move forward, however, and she's looking to all in when it comes to Texas. Next up, Rey Mysterio claims he's pain-free. Rey Mysterio is a changed man following some recent stem cell treatments and some other procedures designed to help him with the aches and pains he's accumulated during his career. Mysterio recently posted his progress via Instagram. On July 17th of this year, I've had the opportunity once again to enhance my body's well-being by repairing it with a good dosage of stem cell therapy with my friends at Reduce Stem in Port of Cancun. Rey explained what led him to seek the treatment. For the past couple of months prior to the treatment, I'd been waking up with constant pain around my knees, ankles, and shoulders. Very tight around the ankles and soreness all throughout my body, and quite honestly was mentally preparing myself for another round of stem cell therapy. Here's a quick look at what I'd done on Wednesday, July 17th, 2024. And Mysterio listed the various procedures he had, including stem cell treatments on various body parts and shockwave therapy and time in a hyperbaric chamber. Mysterio then followed up with additional treatments including infrared sauna, red light therapy, and several others. He posted the results. On Monday, August 19th, 32 days exactly after the treatment, was my first day waking up completely pain-free. No soreness or tightness around the ankles, and the pain on my shoulder vanished as well. My body feels incredible, and this is only the beginning stage. I know my body well and understand that it is going through the healing process as we speak. This is great news for Rey, and there's no telling how many years it may add to his career, depending on how much longer he wants to wrestle. No word on what the treatments cost, but Mysterio seems to be a big backer of them. Next up, too hot for television. Now, you never know what will happen in professional wrestling, including a fire alarm going off during a match. Fans and news sites are reporting that a fire alarm went off during the dark match between Colt Cabana and Satnam Singh. Cabana tweeted afterward about the bizarre incident. Now, there were reports of confusion amongst fans as an automated message indicated a fire emergency. No evacuations were made, and Cabana vs Singh match continued with the big man getting the win. While the match aired before Dynamite, some fans are wondering whether this is somehow tied in with the cryptic comments made by Moxley during Dynamite. And finally, Batista doesn't want to ruin his ending. And last but not least, Dave Batista is busy in Hollywood as he gets more and more movie roles. However, during a chat with Chris Van Vliet, the Hall of Famer says that while he doesn't miss in-ring competition, he would love to do his entrance one more time. That definitely sounds like something the WWE can make happen when he enters the WWE Hall of Fame. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.